View for Carlito's Way, Al Pacino, Sean Penn, directed by Brian De Palma. So the synopsis: a Puerto Rican former convict just released from prison pledges to stay away from crime despite the pressure around him and lead to a better life outside of New York City. So I've seen this movie before. I've always liked this movie. I've only seen it, I think, like once before. But a huge Brian De Palma fan. I think he's an underrated director. I know Tarantino's a big fan of him. I think I've heard Christopher Nolan say he's a fan. Big fan too. Great director. I mean, you got Carrie, which, I'm not a massive fan of that movie, but it's good. Man, there was a remake of that movie. I can't even believe that, like years ago, like 5 years ago or something. But The Untouchables, great movie. I mean, this guy's career, he's made so many great movies. I like Snake Eyes too. I watched that a while ago. I really liked that. But Body Double, Scarface, Blowout, Dress to Kill. And when was his first movie? Icarus? 1960. Wow. Just an amazing career. Casualties of War, Raising Cain. Now that's a weird movie. Carlito's Way, and right after this he made Mission Impossible, the first one, which I love that movie. I think that movie's underrated too. I mean, kind of overshadowed, I think, by the other Mission Impossibles, it seems. Most people prefer, 4 or 5 or 6 or what. I haven't seen the new one. Is that 7? But I mean, I like all the Mission Impossibles except for 2, pretty much. And 3 is pretty good, mainly because Philip Seymour Hoffman's the villain. He's the best part of that movie. But anyways, I think it's a little overshadowed. I think it's a great movie. I remember seeing it back in the day, and I loved it instantly. It is my favorite, I think, of all the Mission Impossibles. But, that's just me. But, and then after Snake Eyes, I don't know, Mission to Mars, I don't think that's very good. He made the Black Dahlia. I don't know. Maybe I'll check that out. But anyways, just an amazing career. He's part of the group of friends that came up at that time. I know he's friends with George Lucas, with Scorsese, with Spielberg. I've even heard that apparently George Lucas was showing Brian De Palma. He's showing his friends like De Palma, I think Spielberg, I think Scorsese. He was showing them like a rough cut of Star Wars, and they all thought it was bad, except for Spielberg, who said, "I think you have something here. You just need to kind of clean it up a little bit," because I think none of the effect shots were done, So he's like, "You just got to edit a little more, clean it up a little bit, but I think you have something really amazing here." And then I think, and what I've heard, it's De Palma's idea. He's like, "Hey, you know what you should do in the beginning of the movie? Have a scroll of text and explain some of the things that have happened in the background." He's like, remember, because he's fans of the old sci-fi serials, and they used to do that. So I think he's like, remember they used to do that. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that before multiple times, and it was his idea to do that. And wow, I mean, talk about iconic, right? But yeah, great director. I mean, my favorite of his is probably Blowout. Scarface is great, but yeah, this is a solid movie. I don't think it's like as good as Scarface. Definitely influenced by Scarface. It's almost like him as Scarface as older. Not as crazy, not as wild. But Pacino's really good in it. Sean Penn's really good in it. John Leguizamo's even in it a little bit. And just a great performance. Penelope Ann Miller, she's very beautiful. She's in it. She's in Kindergarten Cop. That's it. The whole movie, I was like, what movie is she in? And I couldn't put my finger on it, but it's Kindergarten Cop. Right, she's the mom in that. She's very good in that. But yeah, Luis Guzman, who's just been in tons of stuff. Viggo Mortensen is in a little bit of it. Man, Luis Guzman, man, he's been in Traffic, Boogie Nights, Punch Drunk Love, the remake of Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. Ugh. That's not a good movie. Watch the original for that. Just stay away from that one. But man, he's been in so much stuff. Count of Monte Cristo. But yeah, great cast. I mean, it's so well put together by DePalma. Just a master of directing, in my opinion. One of the greats. Yeah, this is really good. I think after this, but Al Pacino kind of became a caricature of himself a little bit. Kind of like, I think it happened to Robert De Niro. I think it happened to him. I think Christopher Walken, I think it happened to. I don't know what it is. I guess, and then he won, right? I think this year, maybe. He maybe shot at the same time in 92. I don't know. A Scent of a Woman. And he's really big and over the top in that. I mean, it's an okay movie, but he's done way better performances, in my opinion, in that movie. But that got him the Oscar. And, after that, I think he kind of just became a kind of a caricature of himself. And if you think about it, I mean, what great movies is he in after this? I mean, he's in The Irishman, which was okay. I thought it was okay. He's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but he's only in that for like 10 minutes, or 5, but even 5, he's barely in it. He's good in it, though. I wish like Scorsese would do another movie with him or something. I still gotta watch Killers of the Flower Moon. I know De Niro's in that, but yeah, it's kind of like after this, I mean, he wasn't in that many movies that I'd consider that good. But I think this is a really solid, good movie. If you watch it and you're a fan of the Grand Theft Auto games, this is definitely an influence. I mean, Sean Penn's character, I think, is in Vice City. He's basically in Vice City. Like, he's like almost the exact same character. And I'm not a massive Sean Penn fan. I mean, he's okay, but he's really good in this as this lawyer who breaks the rules. He ends up, spoilers, but, he ends up kind of pissing off the Italian mafia for various reasons. He kind of probably steals $1 million of the guy's money. I mean, he admits to Pacino he did it. So, because the guy paid him. Did he give him $1 million for? I forget for what, but he was supposed to give it to someone else, and then he took it, and then he tells the guy, "Oh well, I gave it to him. He's lying," and it's like, no, he's not lying. You're lying to me, and yeah, and that's kind of part of the downfall of Pacino in this is he makes some bad decisions. He's trying to do the right thing. He is in a world of crime, but he's not really partaking in the crime that much. He's just running this nightclub that was kind of losing money because people were kind of pushing the owner around. So he kind of checks everyone, makes sure they all pay their bills, everything's going smoothly. He's saving up to basically go to the Bahamas with his woman. But he makes some bad decisions, like John Leguizamo is in the club, and he just is rude to him, basically. And Leguizamo isn't like the nicest guy, you know, but he shouldn't have done that. And then he has a chance to off him in the club. Luis Guzman's like, I'll do it right now. You know, you'll never see him again. We'll put him in the back of a car. He doesn't want to do that though. But you know, he shouldn't have been rude to the guy. He wouldn't drink. He wouldn't like have a drink with him. And then the guy was interested in this one girl who was Sean Penn was kind of dating, and he was kind of rude about that. He could have just been like, look, like, she's with Sean Penn. He's my friend. Like, you know, sorry. She's not available. And, you know, he just was kind of rude about that. He makes some bad decisions, like with Sean Penn. He has to rescue the guy who stole money from. He's breaking out of jail, and the guy says, if you don't help me do this, then you're dead. So he does it in a boat, because he's like in a prison boat, which apparently is a real thing. It's crazy. It's like a Rikers Island prison boat, this massive boat that holds like hundreds of prisoners. But anyways, he has a guard on the inside he's paying off. He's able to get out onto the water, and he asks Pacino's help, and Pacino doesn't want to do it, but he kind of begrudgingly agrees to, because Sean Penn helped him get out of jail because he's a lawyer, and he did it, like, you know, because he's his friend. He did it for free, so he thinks he owes him, so he does it. But Sean Penn thinks that this guy is going to end up killing him because he stole his money. And he kills the mafia guy. He's in the water and he drowns him. And then his son's on the boat, and then he kills him. So then now the Italian mafia is after Sean Penn, but they're also after Pacino. And also the FBI. I think they're the FBI. Finds the body of the mobster. He's pretty sure Sean Penn and him were there. He's not supposed to be associating with criminals and all that. So it gets him tied up into all these things. And yeah, in the end, it bites him, you know, because I really like how they do this too with the spoilers, you know, like John Leguizamo, he pisses him off. He's really rude to him, and then he disappears. And then that's like halfway through the movie, and the rest of the movie occurs. It's actually kind of it's like 2:20 or something movie, maybe a little too long. But anyways, and then at the very end, right when he's about to run, like, get away, Leguizamo shows up. I think his name is Billy Blanco from the Bronx, and he shoots him. And he also trusts Luis Guzman, and he's warned not to, that he is now working for John Leguizamo. So he sells him out, and then Leguizamo ends up just shooting Guzman too, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna work for him now. He's like, no, how about you stay here on the train? And then he just shoots him. So he ends up killing both of them, and yeah, it's sad. The movie's a tragedy, like Scarface, but yeah, really good movie. I know it gets kind of criticized. Some people just think it's kind of like, you know, kind of like Scarface, but I think it's pretty good though. I mean, I don't think it's like amazing, but Al Pacino and Penelope Ann Miller became romantically involved during the filming. Miller spoke publicly about their romance in interviews. But Pacino was in a relationship with Linda Hobbs at the time. Pacino attended the film's premiere with Hobbs and avoided Miller entirely. Oh, wow, awkward. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, she's a director, I guess. Linda Hobbs, but the film was an adaptation of a novel, After Hours by Edwin Torres. Wait, what? However, it took the title from Torres' first novel about the rise of the crime boss Carlos Brigante so that it would not be confused with Martin Scorsese's New York club-based comedy drama After Hours. Actor Rocco Sisto incidentally appears in both this film and and the earlier Scorsese film. I've seen After Hours. The several minute steady cam shot, yeah, there's a great one take steady cam shot on the rail was initially meant to end with it revealing Al Pacino. They only had one chance to make the shot work due to scheduling and the lengthy time it would take to reset. The shot went just as they wanted, except at the very end, when a miscue between the AD and the Steadicam operator resulted in him panning to Pacino before he was ready. As such, the shot didn't end the way they wanted, so they filmed a cutaway to another character and then revealed Pacino in another shot. So, what? Alan Dershowitz threatened a lawsuit against the filmmakers because he felt that David Kleinfeld was based on him. Is that Sean Penn's character? No way. Wow. Yeah, Kleinfeld, Sean Penn. Okay, I don't see that at all, but alright. That's weird. Oh yeah, Brian De Palma's first choice for the role of Gail was the Irish actress Alison Dobby, who played Elsa in Indiana Jones' Last Crusade. She rejected the offer because of a topless dance sequence she would have to perform in the movie. Yeah, that's too bad. I actually would have rather had her. But I just think she's really attractive, and she's in The Last Crusade. But, she's Irish? Oh, okay. Oh, that's too bad. But, yeah, I like the movie. Check it out. Carlito's Way, 1993, De Palma, Sean Penn, Pacino. Solid movie. If you like the review, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.